going on? Drive Time with Steven. Thank you guys for joining me this morning. I'm going to have some new videos coming out tomorrow and on Friday out of my man cave. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification. Okay, I can tell you how we fix this whole problem with the freedom of speech that it seems Susan Wojcicki and Kara Swisher have been talking about, and it's been, you know, Mark Zuckerberg and Jack Dorsey and all these other social media platform people say they struggle with figuring out where the line is and how to, you know, we remove hate speech, but we also want to promote free speech and discussion. It's very simple. It's very simple. All you got to do is follow the Constitution. Follow the Constitution. Follow the Bill of Rights. Follow the First Amendment. And we already have it in law. We already have laws in place to take care of that and keep people safe from that. Here, let me explain. If you call to action, if you call a threat to action against somebody, that's illegal, right? When you call to have somebody hurt or killed or beat up or stolen from or assaulted, when you call to action, that's called a threat. And we don't like threats. Threats aren't allowed. Threats are against the law. But when you say something like, I only think there's two genders, I think you either have an XX or an XY. And I think in some scenarios, well, we have what we call an intersex or hermaphrodite. And that is a scenario just like when somebody's born with 10 or 12 extra toes or 2 or 3 extra toes or, you know, a shortened arm. You know, it's, unfortunately, it's a little bit of a mix up in the old DNA. So we take care of that on those case-by-case basis. But we either have a male or a female. Now, you can identify however you want to identify, but we should not be censored by our speech because we're pointing out factual, scientific, 1,000-year-old recognized norms. And now all of a sudden, those people who recognize and say, wait a minute, that's silly, we're going off the rails here, this isn't crazy, they're kicked off and censored because they're hateful and they're spewing hate speech. No, that's not hate speech. That's truth speech. That's reality speech. That's science speech. So what's the deal? These same people that say I am spewing hate speech, and that when I'm trying to actually talk about science, right, and say, no, you're wrong, when I'm like, well, what do you mean I'm wrong? I mean, no, that's provable under a microscope. You can actually, you know, you can see I can prove it. I'm not wrong. Are the same people that say, no, you're evil and terrible and wrong, and that doesn't mean anything, are going to be the same ones who say that the Earth is going to end in 10 years because science tells us so, even though that science is completely crazy and doesn't make sense and is not provable. Anyways, I digress. So here's the thing. If you guys want to fix the free speech thing, like Kara Swisher said she wanted to do, and like, you know, Jack Dorsey says we're really wrestling hard. It's a tough decision how we do that. It's not tough at all. Just follow the First Amendment. And if anybody's calling for action to be taken against somebody else, then you can turn them into the cops. Cops will arrest them, or cops will write them a ticket, or do whatever the cops do on that. And you can kick them off your platform for that. But short of that, people shouldn't be depersoned. People shouldn't be demonetized. People shouldn't be kicked off of your platform. It's absolutely, apparently, and completely and totally transparent what you're doing. What you're doing is you're trying to figure out a way to silence the people on the right, or a more conservative voice that doesn't agree with your left-leaning, left-turdist ideology in Silicon Valley and all you guys that are controlling these companies. You want to silence us because you want to get Donald Trump out of office, and you want a good old progressive libtarded president and government here running the United States. And there's plenty of people, at least half, that say, no, that's not what we want. And you are deciding to censor speech. It's wrong. You shouldn't censor speech. Speech is good. Let it go. Up to the point, people are calling for action. We need to get back to the Constitution and following it, not farther away and watering it down. This has been SJG Perspective. If you like what I'm trying to do and what I'm trying to say, please subscribe to my channel. I got new videos coming out in my man cave coming up soon. So hit the bell notification, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.